Grandmaster Sterling Chase Sr. will be giving us some reflections on his motivational strategies pathways. It'll be 5 to 7 minutes, Anouk. And he's been teaching and motivating students for over 50 years, since he was just a wee toddler. This pathway is his second time completing it, and he will share his accomplishments inside and outside of Toastmasters, and also share the impact that Toastmasters has been for him along.
Good morning again. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and those online. This morning I will cover this pathway that I had chosen with the benefits within Toastmasters and outside of Toastmasters. The two main things within this pathway was knowing your style of communication, mentoring, and active listening. Everybody go, ooh. Now, we all know what this is all about, for the most part. I want to start off with my accomplishments with Toastmasters. I've been a Toastmaster for a little over 11 years. And the roles that I have played: Sergeant of Arms, VP of Education, and a president. Did I mention mentor? Mentor is so important in Toastmasters because that's how we spread the wealth. For my accomplishments in Toastmasters, or let me say, Toastmasters has helped me accomplish things that I had no idea was going to happen. I was invited to be a board member for 2 years for the Association of Fundraising Professionals. Ooh. I am not a door knocking, hey, my organization needs money. I'm just the opposite. This is kind of where I was thinking about the theme for today, paperback, because I kind of wish the library had paperbacks for this type of endeavor. Everything was hardback, no pictures. Anyway, we'll move on after this. Then I became a founder and president of a nonprofit. What does that have to do? Well, for one of the reasons why I joined Toastmasters, my business coach informed me that I'm not working with you unless you join Toastmasters. And luckily, he was an old friend of mine. So I said, okay. Fortunate for me, this was the first and only club that I researched, but it was mainly because of the time. I've gained a lot of confidence since I've been here in Toastmasters. I think most of it is due to organization of thought, because I've always been a pinger. Military term for somebody that just bounces off the wall. Someone had asked me several years ago, what is your biggest achievement in Toastmasters? And I'm like, let me think. I think my students do less push-ups because they understand what I'm saying now. What an embellishing thought. Impact in being a Toastmaster. Probably, no, I got so many of them, but one of my big ones was starting and organizing my own Toastmasters club. That was a big one for me. My thought process at the time was working with special needs and disabled, we call them adaptive athletes. There's more and more and more of them, and they really want to tell you their story. Where or who can teach them How's it do that? More than everybody said? Toastmasters. Yeah. So that was pretty easy for the first couple of years. We did a couple of little scripts out of Toastmasters where we did like 3 days or 3 weeks worth to where they get the chance to practice and try. And we did really well with that. And then last year in 2024, we started our own club. At the end of the year, we got Presidential Distinguished our first year. Come on now, Rick. Is everybody awake here? My next steps, I have no idea. I'm very spontaneous when it comes to what am I going to do next? I've done quite a bit in the past, especially with leadership and motivating people. My history of motivating, I was the go-between the Air Force Sports Office and the Olympic Center for Olympic Taekwondo since 1988. I did that for about 17 years. And then teaching, I think I've taught, well, my last count, I've got about 300 black belts I've promoted over the years. Wow. So there's a lot of leadership. The best thing is when they come back and say, this is my kid. Or one of my biggest moments was, I'd like you to meet my fiance. When I had him in elementary school and middle school, they still remember. The big thing is the leadership portion is so important. And I think I can find leadership positions in everywhere I go because somebody needs to hear an experience or a thought from the outside. What is that called? Active listening. How do we train for it? I work with adaptive. Some have speech impediments. I tell them right off the bat, whoa, 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 take a breath. I'm not going anywhere. Take your time. You get wonderful things. I will leave you with this. Allow the structure of the Toastmasters experience guide you. For each of us will receive assistance and goals for our own future.